Hey everybody, Half-Ass Customs here once again. I mentioned on somebody's thread I was going to do a video on how to lay bare metal foil. A lot of people are intimidated. I'm trying to give you the idea on just how easy it can be. Same person's thread I put the video, or I mentioned I was going to put the video on, posted the video of Cranky, Dr. Cranky. He made this long, exhausting video showing how hard it can be, which will just intimidate anybody. It's not like that. Any time of the day, any mood you're in, it's easy, as long as you know what you're doing. That's why I'm making this video. So, you got the body, panel, whatever you want to bare metal foil. We're going to start off with the rib going down the middle of the center of the hood. So you got your bare metal foil sheet. What you want to do is you can take a ruler or you can freehand it. You want to cut the bare metal foil the length of the intended trim piece you're going to put the chrome on. So you can do it one or two ways. You can measure it, or you can just take your body, figure we're going from the hood to the body, or to the grill, front of the hood, and you want your trim piece to be that long, or make it a little longer. So you got your piece. You need to cut the bare metal foil with a razor blade. Make sure it's sharp. If it's dull, it's not going to cut that good. You want to cut the strip of bare metal foil bigger than the intended trim piece you're going to be putting it on. Once you've got it cut, I don't know if the camera's going to show you, but I made this little cut right here. You want to peel it off the backing paper. I don't know if there's a better way to do this than the way I'm doing it, but if there is, look it up. Once you've peeled it from the backing paper, or started peeling it, you got to be very gentle. This stuff is thinner than tinfoil by 1,000%. It'll tear at the drop of a whim. So you got the bare metal foil piece. You've got the panel. Set the bare metal foil, try if you can, directly in the center of the intended trim piece. Then you can either take a Q-tip, rub it on there, or you can take your finger. If you do it with your finger, just be gentle. Like I said, as you're peeling it, it'll break at the drop of a whim. So, we've got the strip. We've got the rib. You can see the rib directly in the center of that strip that we laid. Then with your razor blade, you want to cut the outline of this trim piece. Very gentle, like so. You can start at either end. I'm going to start at the top, or the back of the hood. Go from the outline of the trim piece. And the great thing about the razor blade, depending on how good of a cutter you are, the razor blade should just be able to follow the trim piece very easily. And like I said, be gentle, because if you're not gentle, then it's quite possible that you're just going to scar the actual plastic, and you might actually see the line in the plastic as where you cut it. So at the edge, you can just corner it off with like a V, and do the same in the back. Corner it off like a V if you haven't already, because you're outlining the shape of the trim piece. And then you can go back at the very back where the window frame is, peel it up a little bit, and make sure you can see there's a hole there. There should be a hole, because the trim piece on the hood should be laying down flat. It may peel a little bit at the very end, right where the beginning of where you're peeling it from, but then you can just lay it back down with your finger or with whatever you have. Start peeling it. It should look like that. Just peel it, be gentle. You can lay the excess bare metal foil back on the backing paper. You can use it for later. Once you're done and have it all peeled, you can go with a Q-tip or your finger, just flatten it down, make sure it's on there tight. And if you see any mistakes you've made, like me, I already see a mistake. There's a very thin piece of trim. I don't know if you can see it, but it's very thin right here that I left. So you can just carefully examine it, then go peel off the excess. Whatever's not supposed to be on there, go back with your finger, push it down, not too hard, but strong enough for it to stay. And you've got a perfect trim piece for your car. Once you're done laying the trim, then you want to go ahead and clear it so it stays on the body. Over time, you lay the trim pieces on the window frames. You go to pick up your model like this. That bare metal foil is going to dry up and it's going to become brittle. It'll come off on your hands. You always want to clear it so it seals the trim piece on there. Next, I'm going to show you this window frame right here. So same thing like the hood. You're going to cut out a piece of trim longer than the intended piece we're going to put the bare metal foil on, and thicker. What that's going to do is allow us to cut around it. So, like I said earlier, I'm going to eyeball this and hope I got a long enough strip. So I'm going to do the strip probably half as thick as the trim piece we're going to actually put it on. Peel it up very gentle. And when you peel it, I mean very gentle. Now if it breaks, if it rips, it is okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Unless you're going to build a show winner. And then that's when it's got to be perfect, but I'm not doing that. So lay it down like so. We got the back window there. On this curve piece, there's no real good way to do it. So I just start bending the foil. It does leave a crease, but it's so small and minimal, there's a good chance you might not even notice it. Well, you're not going to notice it from the naked eye. Cameras, they can notice it, but like I said, we're not really building show winners. Well, I'm not really building show winners. Once you have it laid, like so, you have the trim right in the middle of the bare metal foil. Press it down with your finger. You can press this one hard. Just get it flat as you can, smooth as you can. So, right where that bend is, you can see those two little creases. Like I said, I'm not the best at this, but I can show you how easy it can be if you're just trying to get bare metal foil on there. Then with your razor blade, you want to cut around the top. Real quick though. Take your finger on the inside of this window and push down the excess bare metal foil along the bottom of the window frame. And then go ahead and put your finger on the inside and do the same thing. What that's going to do is secure the bare metal foil for the inside of the window frame when we cut the top off. So with your razor blade, same thing as the hood. Go from the top of the trim with your razor blade and just follow the trim line. You can go pretty slow. You don't have to rush it, because the faster you go, the bigger mistakes are able to happen. You can start off at the bottom. That's where I'm starting. just follow the trim. With there being a trim there's already a groove line, which makes it really nice and easy to cut. When you cut, have the razor blade about this angle, like this, not like this. And I'll show you why. I already started peeling that trim off. So, with your finger, you can just rub it back on there. It's not going to rub back on there perfect, but that's okay because that's the excess trim that we're cutting off anyways. So it works out okay. Follow the trim down through the A-pillar. You should be able to pull that part off already. And if you notice, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, any missed parts on the trim when you went to cut it that you need to go over, you can do so. And then with your razor blade, very gently peel off the excess. Peel off on the top. And it is sticky. Just a fair warning. The smaller pieces you cut off, the more you're going to notice not where they landed, and they're going to probably stick all over your hand, which is fine. So now we're just about done. One thing also you might want to pay attention to is you're doing this after the car is painted. So when you peel the excess bare metal foil off, you need to be extra careful you don't jab that paint job with the razor blade. So there is the window trim. It's not the most perfect window trim ever done, but just to get the bare metal foil on the car, that's an easy and simple way to do it. And just know, once you've got the whole car laid with bare metal foil down the trim, window frames, hood, trunk, door panels, whatever you're going to do, after you're done, it's very important to clear the body. Like I said before, if you pick up the car like this, over a period of time, bare metal foil will get crumbly, dried, whatever you want to call it, and it can just peel right off as you pick it up with your fingers. Other than that, a decent job, not the best, but that is pretty damn fine if I don't mind saying myself. Anyways, this Half-Ass Customs giving you a how-to on laying bare metal foil and how easy it can be. Notice the hood only took maybe 4 minutes. Side trim took maybe 5 minutes. Whole car, maybe a half hour. I say maybe 45 minutes. But the more you do it, the more you'll get better at it, and you'll be just fine. Anyways, Half-Ass Customs. See you later.